ball comes out, can you see it at all?
You can feel it.
Yeah.
I felt it coming out. And, I didn't know we recovered the ball until I heard the crowd, so it was a good feeling.
Every sack is obviously very important, but you seem to get them at important times. A sack to put them in third and really long, a strip sack here and there. It seems like that's been all season. Is that something you pride yourself in, or is that something you can kind of dial up in a big spot when you sense it? Or they just come when they come?
I take a lot of pride into it, and it doesn't always necessarily come down to sack. It's just about how much you can affect the quarterback, how much you can affect the pocket, just trying to make the quarterback uncomfortable. And it's not always going to result into a sack, but as long as you make the quarterback comfortable, you really, helping the defense.
Arnold, did you get a chance to maybe watch a few plays with their defensive ends? They had a pretty good impact. What do you think of those guys?
They have a lot of good defensive ends. You talk about 97, Aiden Hutchinson, that's his name, and 55. They have a lot of good guys, and I believe they both had a good game today. I'm not sure what happened on the other side. They have a lot of good guys, so we knew coming in we was going to have to find ways to stop them, so we was aware of the fact that they have really good players on that side of the ball.
At this point in the season, do you feel like you've seen everything as a defense? Like, is there anything that can surprise you guys out there? Or have you seen it all?
Well, pretty much. At this part of the season, I just feel like everything's kind of slowing down a little bit more. You're able to recognize some of the things that are happening out there, and I'm able to play faster than I did earlier in the season. So definitely, yeah. We played a lot of teams that run heavy set O-line and teams that kind of stretch the field and want to pass the ball. So I definitely feel like at this point in the season, I've pretty much seen everything.
How important is it to finish this season strong, considering maybe it hasn't gone the way that you wanted it to, but to keep the mentality and to finish strong?
Well, it's really important because we have two more opportunities in terms of regular season, and we have to turn the page and get back to work. It's really important for us to kind of go out there, despite the fact that the past couple of games came down to 2 to 3 plays. We just got to make sure we play fundamental football the whole game and kind of limit some of those plays that we probably didn't do a well enough job of. So it's just trying to move forward and flip the page and just try to get better and go 1-0.
I don't know where Penn State's defense would be at if they didn't bring you in this past offseason. And talking to your coach, he told me that you were very close to going to Miami. How close were you to doing that?
Well,
because that's a tough decision to make,
It is a tough decision, and there was a couple schools that was up there, and I felt like me coming to Penn State was. I love the coaching staff, and Deion Bond is one of the guys that I worked with before when I was at Temple, because he's a Philly guy. So just having that connection, it kind of made my decision easier.
You ever think about Miami on days like this, though? Nah. I can barely feel my hands.
Nah, I don't. I love these guys. I love the family environment. Every time I step out on the field, play with those guys, it's just a blessing. I try to I don't take any moment out there for granted, and I know moments like that, you never know when your clock is going to run out, so you just try to go out there and take full advantage of every second.
How do you go from 5-0 to 6-4? What happened in between?
There's a lot of things that comes down to, like we talked about prior, a couple plays, and you can't pinpoint a couple plays in this game that we could have done a better job at. So it's like, things happen. It's unfortunate, but we can't look in the past. We just got to find a way to move forward.
Is that disappointing?
It definitely is. You work so hard, going all the way to winter workout, summer workout. You grind with your guys, and nobody wants to lose, especially when you invest so much into this game. You never want to lose.
They're averaging 36 points a game, something like that, and you hold them to 14 for the last 5 minutes of the game. How frustrating is it for the game to come down to a busted play defensively?
Definitely is frustrating. We knew we was gonna do what we had to do. We knew we was gonna stop the run, and there was never a doubt in our mind we was gonna come out here and be the more physical team. So, I think overall we did a pretty good job. We can pinpoint, try to take that last play back, but it happened. We just gotta learn from it and move forward.
And does holding a team like that to 21 points, does that feel like it should be enough to get you a win defensively?
Well, you never really know. It just comes down. It comes down for. I mean, if I'm talking about in the defensive standpoint, it just comes down to going out there every series and trying to shut them out. So it's just the mindset.
Hey Arnold, what do you think your emotions are going to be like next Saturday, being recognized on Senior Day?
I mean, you really never know. I mean, senior day is just getting recognized, being out here with your family, and I mean, I'm gonna try to sink it all in. Definitely gonna be a great moment.
What have you taken from Penn State as a whole? Because we talked to Lovett the other day, and he's like, honestly, I only know Penn State football because you guys haven't been here that long, and it's weird because we feel like we don't know you that well.
Yeah.
So what have you taken away from Penn State?
I mean, it's funny because moving to Happy Valley, coming from Temple, and it's in the city, and moving to an environment that's kind of middle of nowhere. I mean, it was kind of a strange environment, I would say, but just the people around, it's such a small place, kind of feel like a family environment wherever you go, and I definitely love it. I mean, coming from a city atmosphere, and I definitely love being around Penn State, man. You can talk about the fan and how people welcome me around here. I mean, it's definitely special.